All right, good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com, where you start your day. You started it today. Monday, good, bad, and ugly Monday. Recap the weekend. All of your communications tonight brought to you by United Supermarkets and Market Street, the grocery store, the supermarket chain out of West Texas that supports West Texas, Texas Tech, and otherwise. You know the drill. I was in there earlier today. Monday is a great day to go in after the weekend. Go into the butcher shop, the meat section, and they've got a lot of cool end cap specials and different things because they got to figure. All right, we got to have a ton of people coming in, and then maybe not enough people bought pork chops or not enough people bought this. Then it's meat. We got to get rid of this. So they do, and you win. I'm telling you, that's the life hack at United Supermarkets on Monday. Go to the meat section. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, tonight we are brought to you in part by our good friends at Tall Pine Resort in Red River, New Mexico. If you're looking to get off the grid, go up the canyon just a little bit, a couple of miles outside of Red River, up the canyon. It's a throwback in time. Cool rustic cabins. Ain't got no phone. Ain't got no TV. None of that. But what do they have? A private lake. Do they have the river running through it? Yes, they do. Do they have hiking, fun, cool stuff for the kids to do? Yeah. Again, if you want to totally de-stress, Tall Pine Resort. So cool. Tell Terry and Lance when you get on their website there for Tall Pine Resort, we sent you. Also, by Middleton Sun or a Farm and Ranch Realty, nobody does it better. Only they could broker the sale of the 4.6s. If you are looking at or thinking about buying a farm or ranch, selling your farm or ranch in this part of the world, you need to go with Middleton and Son. And just check out their webpage, check out their Facebook page. Just a lot of cool stuff. If you want to go, oh man, that'd be neat. They'll give you some motivation to go out and try to get a farm or a ranch in West Texas. All right, let's do it in three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com. Tonight on the program, we start off Monday. You tell us the things you loved, hated, and just had to look away from. That's good, bad, and ugly recap of the weekend. What was that for you? Could have been Tommy Fleetwood. I don't know. Could have been J.J. Swan. Could have been you tell us what you enjoyed. Tech football scrimmage over the weekend. The best news, no real news. Nobody really hurt. Running backs look good, according to Coach Joey McGuire. And Ryan Curry. How about that? Corn on a Mustang. Got to get him on the field. Got to get more Mustangs on the field. Here are your topics tonight. Texas Tech preseason AP poll ranked 23. First time since 2008 that Texas Tech has been ranked in the AP preseason poll. And basically, depending on how old most of you people are, it's like only the fifth or sixth time this has happened. Texas Tech has been ranked in the preseason poll. Do you like that? I do. I like expectations. I like people paying attention to what's going on, the amalgamation of talent. How have they done when ranked in the preseason poll? Fascinating, interesting. Some really good teams weren't ranked in the preseason top 25. I think in '89 we still only had a preseason top 20, by the way. So doesn't really count on that. 23. If you really want to get hardcore and go, yeah, it ain't top 20, man. Ain't like it was in 1977, coming off the great '76 year. And then we know what happened against Texas A&M, Jones Stadium, Rodney Allison. On3.com, a burgeoning website media empire for recruiting, NIL, and everything else, today released their Blue Bloods, college football Blue Bloods. I want to ask the question, though, and I was going to do it even before I saw that today. How long can a college football team or an NFL team live off past success and still be considered great, relevant, or otherwise? Dallas Cowboys. Why are they? Why? I mean, we know why they're relevant, but why does anybody consider them a great organization? College football. How far back can you go and live off your past success and still be relevant? And I would submit to you that the time frame has narrowed greatly over the last 25, 30 years. Every year narrows greatly because the recruits you're going after in a given window, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. They don't care what happened in the 70s, 80s, 90s. They truly don't care what happened 8 or 9 years ago. They care about what's happening right now. Hence the reason Texas Tech is doing pretty good in the right now. But we saw this before. And I want you guys to get in tonight on the comment line. I want your thoughts. I want your comments, your questions, whatever it may be, from Texas Tech football to any of the running topics we have tonight. But we saw this for the first time, I believe, in the 1990s when Kansas State was out recruiting Notre Dame. Because the high school recruits at the time, they didn't care. They didn't know anything about Wake Up the Echoes, win one for the Gipper, Ara Parsegan. They didn't care. They knew Kansas State was winning football games, going to big bowl games, and Notre Dame wasn't at the time. So how far back can you legitimately go back and claim you're a legit, meaningful player in college football based on the field results? Because the poster child for that would be the University of Texas, right? Over the last 20 years, after we get past Vince Young and what some call the greatest game ever in college football history, greatest title game. Why would they be considered that way? They hadn't done anything. You know? Hadn't done anything to warrant what I would say blue blood. So what is a blue blood? Let's go to the charts. On3.com today, the new college football blue blood programs via Andy Staples, who's been doing this stuff a long time. So he says it's Alabama, Florida State, Georgia, LSU, Michigan, Oklahoma, Miami, Notre Dame, Tennessee, Ohio State, Texas, and SC. Missing the cut, Auburn, Clemson, Gators of Florida, Nebraska, which has sucked hind teat now for nigh a decade and more, in Penn State. Their criteria, top 15 in program win percentage, minimum 750 games. 750 games? You're telling me an 18-year-old recruit cares about the last 720 games? And at least one national title in 2 of 3 eras, AP or coaches poll in the 2 poll eras, winner of the final game in the Bowl Championship Series college football playoff era. I would submit to you that not a single recruit cares about any of that today. That list is fraudulent. 100%. What do you think? Also, if you want to jump in on the comment section tonight, what does college football do better than the NFL? What does NFL do better than college football? I enjoy both equally. There are times I like the NFL better than I like college football. There are some college football aspects that I like better than the NFL. What does one league do better than the other? What should one steal from the other, if you could put it that way? So number one team, a road dog, week number 1. Texas ranked number 1 in the AP poll, going to the Ohio State University. Ohio State number 2. And I don't even know what the line is on that right now, JC. What is the I don't have that in front of me. So I'm just going to take your word for it. I think what is it? Ohio State minus 2.5 or something like that. Something like that. Joseph jumps in on Facebook. That's not a drug. That's a social media. Ryan Heights Raiderland on Facebook. JC there on our YouTube channel. All free. Ryan Heights Raiderland. First, the time frame on Blue Bloods is 3 years. Because with NIL and pay for play, the lesser teams aren't in awe anymore. I agree with that. I think that's a fair statement. I think it's anywhere from 4 to 5 years. Think about, you have to put yourself in the position of where you were when you were 16, 17, 18 years old. If you were playing sports or whatever, you were into it. How far back did your memory really go? You were in the now. Teenagers are in the now. Who's cool now? Whose uniforms are cool? Who's winning? Who's on TV? Who matters? No matter how old you are, when you were 16, 17, 18 years old, which are, high school recruits going to college now, unless you were a sick son of a gun like me, you didn't care about what happened in the 60s or the 50s or the 30s or you didn't care. That's why I say the fans care more about that and try to put more into that past history. And media people like Andy Staples, media people put more into that because who reads their stuff? Fans. So fans want to hear, yeah, we were great back in the day. Darryl K. Royal was great, and that matters. I dare say if you polled any of the recruits Texas has on the line right now, not signed, 16, 17, 18 years old, before they go to campus, they don't know who Darryl Royal is. So how far back can a program claim success and own it and say that matters to current status? I went through this, by the way, with Lady Raider basketball back in the 90s and early 2000s. That how long after the 1993 national championship game could you really trade on that from a credibility standpoint with the recruits? And I think that really wore off about 1999, 1998. So in 1993, 7 years later, those players that you were recruiting were 9, 10, 11 years old when that happened. After that, it really didn't mean that much. Today's recruits, it doesn't mean that much. But it means a lot for the fans. National championship program, Cheryl Swoops, WNBA, three-time MVP, three-time Olympian. But the kids, it doesn't matter. But Andy Staples, going back to the On3 deal, he's trying to apply metrics that don't matter today when it comes to, quote, blue bloods. Raider 1992, who has a string of emojis after that I can't see. Love that Tech is ranked, but really hate preseason rankings in the same breath. The false strength of schedule that comes from it makes little sense with zero football played. I'm with you. Don Williams wrote a great column a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, when the coaches poll came out, defending polls. He's a poll voter. I think he's a poll voter. Maybe he's not. He has been in the past. That, it makes the fans care more. Do I really need a number next to Texas and Ohio State to make me go, oh, wow, that's a big game? I guess you can say, well, it mattered a lot back in the day from a historical reference that Tech upset number 20, whatever, Arizona in the season opener in 1989 and went on to a 9-win season. That's how we know it was a good season. I knew it was a good season because you went 9-3 or whatever it was, 9-3, 9-2, yeah, 8-3, 8-3, ninth win came in the bowl game. Pardon me. But I do think we can live without the preseason rankings. And the first couple of weeks go, yeah, we think these are pretty good teams. We're going to watch the game. Maybe not. Maybe people are stupid. It's entirely possible. NFL speeds up the game better. College game is more exciting. Is it really? Why is the college game more exciting? Because I watch the NFL every week and I see exciting finishes, games decided by 2.5, 3.5, 6.5, 7.5 points. Rarely do I see a blowout. Tell me why college is more exciting. And it could be more exciting to you. I would say that college football has the pageantry and the rivalries and the history. But I can't make a case that college games are more exciting than the NFL because the metrics tell me that's just not the case. You have far more blowouts in college football. You have far more non-competitive games, non-competitive teams. Now, it might be more exciting to you because it's your team that you feel invested in, but the game script is not more exciting. Damn near every game in the NFL comes down to the final four possessions in some form or fashion, from the worst teams to the best teams playing each other, that there is rarely a separation of double digits, of 2 scores or more. So then we have to define what's exciting. Texas Tech ranked in the preseason poll first time since 2008. Your thoughts on that? How long can a college football or an NFL team live on past success and that you still can claim that belongs to current success? The Dallas Cowboy question, one might say. And what does college football do better than the NFL? What does the NFL do better than college football? You tell me. JC, BlueBlood, doesn't the title itself refer to history? It's zero to do with accomplishments about your ancestors. And yes, sir, the only thing college has is the live atmosphere at your school. I don't know that that's the only thing. I mean, there's probably a few things. We wrote about that, by the way, this weekend. Man, number 3 on our, Saturday column with no name was talking about, hey, my annual plea, let the going band from Raiderland play more during the game. Less canned music, more going band. I like that. I mean, if I were in charge, I would no canned music whatsoever. What about the swag surf? You can surf to the band. Can be done. It's possible. Now I know I'm tilting at windmills and all that, and every time I do this, the people at Texas Tech get so pissed off. They're like, God dang it, Hyatt's doing it again. Now Robert Giovanetti's going, I'm going to get 5 or 10 emails that are going to clip and paste in what I wrote. Giovanetti's going to be, damn it, Hyatt, why'd you have to do it again? We got to make money. Learfield Communications got to sell advertising sponsors. That's what the people want. I think you could actually sell sponsors for the going band. This timeout brought to you by Fill in the Blank Company, presenting the going band from Raiderland, the Texas Tech Cheerleaders, and the Red Raider Palm Squad. All award winning. Thank you. And then put their stuff on the screen in the stadium. So, yeah, college atmosphere live versus NFL live. College football over the NFL. Things that the NFL could steal from college football. Well, they stole the 2-point conversion years ago. They got that right. And there's pretty much nothing else. College needs to steal everything they can from the NFL. Speed up the games, streamline replay, get rid of replay in both if you want to. But more banned in college football. Joe, college game is more wide open and uses trick plays more often, and student fans make me feel young, if only for a few hours. You're not young. You don't really feel young, but I'm glad you feel that way. So it's more wide. It's more wide open. Okay. Now the trick plays, I guess. I mean, NFL uses gadget plays, as Tom Landry used to call them. We got a gadget play here. Ran a gadget play here with Roger. More wide open. Okay. It's more wide open because the talent's stretched out more and it looks more wide open. College more innovative. NFL people would tell you, football people would tell you that the NFL game is vastly more innovative and difficult and harder to do than the college game. Hence the reason why Caleb Williams struggles at Chicago, why Mitch Trubisky struggles, why so many college quarterbacks get to the NFL, and it's really freaking hard, i.e. innovative. But that's a debate. College kickoff is better, for now. The fake Natalie Maines, who may or may not be, we have never ascertained this to be sure, the real Natalie Maines. We're going to assume it's the fake Natalie Maines. Dear Hyatt, how are you? I'm freaking awesome. If I were any better, I'd be farting rainbows. Many blue blood schools like Ohio State only let their band play. Thank you for the band talk that you give us. It's a yearly deal. I've done it for years. It blew up this weekend, and it'll fall on deaf ears. I know, but at least it's out there. At least I can say I tried. I went to bat for the band geeks, all right? I went to bat for the kids who walk around in bad uniforms, smelly, don't get washed near enough, got to go on bus trips, used to get to play more around the state, not so much anymore. I tried. I did what I could. You would think there would be a lot of band geeks that have gone on to vastly successful financial careers that could come in to Learfield Communications and say, I'll stroke that check. You give us more band. The reason you don't have more band, college band, is because other people are paying for the money. Or paying the money for the timeout. They're just selling ads. That's all timeouts are anymore, just selling ads. You just needed one band geek to strike it rich in oil. That's all you needed, you band geeks. What does college football do better than the NFL does? What does the NFL do better than college football does? How long can a college football or NFL team rely on past history to claim, hey, we matter, we're relevant? And I know they're two vastly different sports, but that On3 thing today just came out, and I didn't even see it when I was thinking about this earlier today, about teams living off past success. And how long can you do that in college football? Fans do it much longer than coaches do. And a great example of that is Nebraska. Nebraska does not matter anymore to recruits. It simply does not matter. Now, if you are 35 years old or 40 or whatever, or you're a student of the game, then you go, yeah, Nebraska, man, Tom Osborne, Frank Solich, Tom Osborne, Bill Devaney, sold out 9,000 straight games. That 17-year-old recruit, South Dallas, he don't give a crap. Nebraska could be the poster child for what we're talking about, I think, maybe right now. Jan, or it could be Jan, we're not sure. Could be Swedish. The band and halftime show make the college games so much fun. I agree. High school games, too. You know what they used to do at NFL games? They'd bring in college bands at halftime. Randy Wade. I just like saying both names. Randy Wade sounds like a quarterback out of the 1970s. Could have been in Dazed and Confused. You think you got about 1,600 yards in that arm there, are you, Randy Wade? I'm not a band geek, but if I wanted to listen to bad music, I'd go to a concert at Buddy Holly Hall where I wouldn't feel bad about leaving like a tech football game. What you just did there. I see what you did. Meanwhile, back at the YouTube channel, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, YouTube, free. Everybody on YouTube, thumbs up, share it, grow it. We appreciate you so much. But that's how you guys take care of our great sponsors like Tall Pine Resort in Red River, New Mexico, like Middleton and Son Farm and Ranch, the gold standard. We only work with the best advertisers, the best clients. And you know why they're here? Because you guys are awesome. Charles Middleton and Son, they're with us because they know you guys are amazing and great from an audience standpoint. Y'all make it happen. And of course, everybody on the United Supermarkets chat line tonight, every night. You just hit gold. I didn't even know I passed gas. For any advertiser, sponsors, and a spot or two for live action, band, et cetera, nationally. Yeah, no, I mean, to me, that's how you do it. The fans want it. It just takes an advertiser with a little less ego to not have some sort of goofy game or we're doing this or that, and to step aside and say, we love the band. Here you are. We know what you love. We know you want the band, the cheerleaders. brought to you in part by XYZ Corporation. And it's a simple read by, whoever does the, well, I was going to say the band now. I don't know who does the band announcements, and I apologize. I should probably know that. But Casey Cowan on the PA during the timeouts. Great voice, a velvety voice, the velvety voice of Casey Cowan, the pride of Littlefield, Texas, a man who can go out in the morning, he can go out and run sand fighters, then round up skinny cattle that he's selling, then go sell you a farm and ranch or whatever he does during the day. Nobody knows for sure. And then go be the velvety voice. And then he's got him and Chris Level. Oh, gosh, I'm going to screw this up. I always do. Locked on Texas Tech podcast. Very good. I try not to listen to it too much before I go on because I know me and I rip off stuff. So, anyways. But yeah, you just have Casey Cowan on the PA, knock out a little liar, and there you go. And then you keep the logo flashing around on the video ribbon board around the stadium. You can't not see it. My gosh, they can see it from outer space. Joseph, there was a time when a 14-point loss to a BlueBlood like Nebraska and the whole town stayed drunk for a week. I remember. Hold on, I think I do. Maybe I don't. Actually, did Tech ever have a 14-point loss? They had some big wins and they had some big losses. Randy Wade, I may play football, but I am not signing a summer commitment letter. In the morning, I'm going to Houston to get Aerosmith tickets. You could take this. You got to get your priorities right. Well played, Randy. Randy, we may have to call Randy Pink from now on. May have to be Pink. Great movie. For those who don't know, we're talking about Dazed and Confused. So when that movie is set, my dad is coaching high school football in Canyon, Texas in the mid to late 70s. And he is the assistant coach in the bike coaching shorts, screaming at the guys and water. He's the assistant coach. He's not the head coach. He's the assistant coach. And I see that movie and I'm like, oh my God, that's my dad. It's my dad yelling at the guys, I'm like 9 years old, 10 years old. Good stuff. I may or may not play football. Top priority of the summer, Aerosmith tickets. And then you just rolling down the road in Wooderson's car, man, fog hat playing. My wife had never seen that movie until a few years ago, and she finally consented to sit down and watch it with me one night. And she's just like, huh, okay. Like, no, you're not getting it. No, she got it. Got about 3 minutes to go. Get your questions, comments in, thoughts tonight. What does college football do better than the NFL and vice versa? By the way, did you hear about the Aggie who heard about vice versa and thought it was dirty poetry? How long can a college football team live off past success and be relevant? NFL teams. And then attacking the preseason poll 2008. One of the higher rankings was in 1977, coming off the 1976 10-win season that saw Texas Tech lose to, ironically enough, talking about Nebraska in the Astro Bluebonnet Bowl. Third game of the season, Tech, A&M, Jones Stadium. I am there, a young man. And Rodney Allison goes down with a broken ankle. Now, he was the cover boy of Dave Campbell's Texas football. He was a Heisman Trophy candidate, one of the top 4, top 5 start the season. He goes down, and the hopes for Texas Tech that year go down. They ended up playing that year. I think maybe, I can't remember where they were ranked, if they were ranked at the end of the season. I don't think they were. This was only top 20 back in the day. It turned into a 7-win team, and they end up in the Tangerine Bowl against Florida State. And then Florida State, with a new head coach, looking for his first ever bowl win, pretty much smokes Texas Tech. and it's Bobby Bowden in Florida State getting the win of the Tangerine Bowl. Texas Tech would not go to another bowl game after that until the 1986 Shreveport Poulan Weed Eater Independence Bowl, and they lost to Ole Miss, 2017, something like that. And that was when David McWilliams was on his way out. Spike Dykes was the interim coach, got the job a few weeks later. So there you go. Bowl history, Nebraska history, and poll history. The 08 team, obviously, you guys know how that finished. I had forgotten, that team was even really that highly regarded going into the season because it was a slow build. Tech was just beaten up on, tomato cans to start the season. Had a close win against, shall we say it again, Nebraska, and had to have a Hail Mary basically in that game to get it done. So there we are. Timbo, I was the younger kids trying to hang out with Wooderson. Talking about dazed and confused. Joseph, after that joke, just show yourself out. I'm not even sure what we're doing there. Mm-hmm. I see how you people are. You're a rough crowd, tough crowd. I can't get no respect. I tell you what, I come home, I get no respect. I tell you what, I get into a cab, say, hey, I want to go where the action is. Cab driver, he takes me to my house. I get no respect. All right, we've had a lot of fun tonight. Be back with you in the morning. We will have on Twitter, X at Ryan Hyatt Media, and on our Facebook page for Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, Daily Dose of West Texas. We're posting a cool picture of West Texas. A lot of these we've taken ourselves. Most of them, like 90%. We're doing that every night, every weeknight. So another reason to subscribe to all of our social media channels. I'm going to post this here in a minute, theraiderland.com. Share it for your friends on Facebook, on Twitter. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. All of our feeds are free. Never cost you a dime. Thanks to the fact that you guys take care of our great sponsors like Tall Pine Resort in Red River, New Mexico. A unique experience, unlike probably anything you've ever had, unless you've been there, and then you know how awesome it is, by United Supermarkets and Market Street. And, of course, Gold Standard Farm and Ranch Realty, Middleton and Son, based right here in West Texas. Y'all are the best. We appreciate you. We'll see you in the morning at theraiderland.com.